And it is showtime, people. Before we start this show, for the young and old, especially the old that knows the history of FA Cup, maybe the youngsters don't know what FA Cup is, and what does it mean for a lot of fans out there, like including myself, that's old enough to remember many FA Cup finals. And it's a yearly football competition that everyone knows, organized by the English FA Association, usually played by Wembley, as we know, which is probably the best stadium in the world, in London. We all know that, right? But however, fun fact is that, this usually is played in the month of May by tradition. But since we had a very unprecedented season with World Cup in the middle of the winter, it's been pushed back to the month of July. Actually, June, sorry to say. But the fun fact is that, during the course of year, there's only 700 clubs in the course of year competing for the two remaining spots. That is prestigious. There's millions of viewers going to watch this final tomorrow, and the spotlights will be on Manchester City versus Manchester United. Are you ready? I have my panel in the background waiting, ready to go. Are you ready to go? VR room. Let's go. Let's do this.
There's still one game to go, so... And I'm sure that these players will give everything to beat Manchester City next week at Wembley. I'm sure we have a really good chance to take the cup back to Old Trafford.
Good evening, people. If that intro didn't give you goosebumps, I don't know. You're not a Manchester United fan. How are you, people? This is Mick in the house. I have my scintillating panel. Jarvis just came late. He just popped in. I don't know. Where you been, Jarvis? Should I fire you? What are you going on, Jarvis?
Please.
Please. Listen, back. We are full panel, and it's been a hot minute since we saw Kojo on the show. Coach Kojo, how are you, sir? So good to see you.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks again for having me. Thanks again for actually playing my video last time for the Sancho stuff as well. So
Yeah, cool.
That was lovely. So thank you. But yeah, I'm glad to be on. How you guys doing?
Yeah, you are excellent. Thank you for your contribution with the broken Sancho. It was about 4 or 5 minutes, but it was worth every single minute, Kojo. So thanks for contributing. Sorry you can be on. We are good. It's Friday. It's the day. It's the calm before the perfect storm tomorrow. I got to pass on to Phil Standish, because Phil Standish currently sitting on Manchester City corner. He's got Pep Guardiola's bald head in front of him. Please rub it so it becomes Blue Moon. Phil, how are you doing?
Just to clarify, I am not in the Man City corner.
No, you're not. But if you see
such a statement,
if you see the overlay, you're sitting there where Pep is sitting, just in front of your left shoulder.
Just don't want to start any rumours saying that I'm in the Man City corner. We don't want none of that malarkey.
No, but the cartoon. You have the angel and the devil whispering in your ear, like on each shoulder. So if you're sitting a little bit more to the middle there, you will have Ten Hag on your left, and no, go up. How you doing, Phil? It's been a minute.
Yes, I'm good. I'm very excited for tomorrow. Cannot wait.
Yeah, it's been a long season, people. It's been a long
season closer tomorrow, and I'm feeling confident.
Yeah, after that speech, Ten Hag speech, when we closed the Premier Leagues against Fulham, right? That speech was like Any Given Sunday movie, with Al Pacino, right? Honest to God, that was such a good speech. First addressing the players, and then addressing the crowd, and then to say, we have one game left to go. That's it. Any Given Sunday we will take that cup. You should not pass Pep Guardiola. Jarvis, how's the mood in Norway today? I can see your window is still midnight, and it's still looks like 2 p.m. in UK.
That's the way it is. Northern Norway. Yeah.
Yeah. People in the VR room, guys, welcome to this cracking show. We have a lot of things to cover today. Hopefully we'll finish in 1 hour. Please engage with us and, just be active in the VER room there. Be nice and civilized in the comments. But please enjoy the show. And, if you are kind enough to super chat, donate, become a member, feel free to do so. Please, before we go ahead, smash the like button as many as you can, because it's free. We don't take any dividends here. Like, we are not the Glazers. We don't take dividends. But one thing we do take is your likes and subscribe. That's it. Otherwise, we are in debt. Big up to all of you. Let's kick on the show. Guys, the breakdown, all right? Obviously, both managers had the press conference today. I covered the Ten Hag conference. There's some rumors that Pep Guardiola might be overthinking and tinkering, starting his reserve goalkeeper. I don't know. Is that true? Or is it just gamemanship? Start with you, Kojo.
I've heard about it. A lot of people have been saying it, so it might be true. He's a decent goalkeeper. I'm not going to say anything bad about him. He's a decent goalkeeper, but he's not Ederson. That being said, if I'm being very honest, I don't really rate Ederson that highly anyway. So, Ortega might be a better shot stopper, whereas Ederson's a bit more of a player for them, who's starting attacks and all that rubbish.
So you're saying that Ederson is a ball-playing centre-back converted to a goalkeeper?
Essentially, yeah. Essentially, that's what it is. So, whichever goalkeeper they're going to start, they're still going to try and play the same style. So, our main thing is just to try and stop them getting into their rhythm, isn't it? So, if he starts, good luck to him. But I'm hoping he can't deal with Rashford and, Garnacho, Sancho, Anthony, whoever's going to start up front. So, yeah. Well, I think Anthony's out, isn't he?
Well, there was a little bit of a gamemanship. I don't know, 50-50, kind of what he said in the presser about Anthony Dos Santos. We have two Anthonys, of course. One is injured, hamstrings or whatever there was, but that's Martial, though. Then we have Anthony Dos Santos, which he didn't know. Highly unlikely, but we will see tomorrow. Probably will start on the bench. I'll go to Jarvis as well, because Jarvis, you also covered the post-match, the presser today as well. Anything interesting that you picked up today in the ether?
Yeah, I heard Pep's post-match interview, and he said he would play his pre-match. Sorry, he said he would play his second goalkeeper because that was his cup keeper. So he was doing that. Remember Mourinho did that with the European Europa League winning cup team with the Argentinian goalkeeper.
Oh, yeah,
so.
Yeah.
Who knows what Pep is going to do? But he's known as the thinker man. So
the tinker man.
Yeah. So hopefully he will mess this up big time and give us a chance tomorrow. When it comes back to Ten Hag's post-match, pre-match interview, he didn't say much. It was like a bad interview because the journalist was just asking him about injured players and stuff like that. He didn't give much information. When it comes to Anthony, I don't know. He said he was going to be ready, and then he said maybe, but he's not sure. So who knows? Maybe he's playing games.
The people they are trolling you, Jarvis. So there was Stephanie trolling you right now, saying, "Jarvis, do you have a time machine? Tell us a score prediction, please." Big up to you, Stephanie. I just go to our scintillating Phil Standish, the only United Standish that I know, lives in Manchester. Manchester, right? How's the general feeling around Manchester today? I mean, it's a buzzing feeling. It's a cup final. It's a derby. But it's played in London.
I left the Trafford Centre about 40 minutes ago, and I was sad to see some bloke buying his son a Man City kit.
Oh,
I nearly had words, but I just thought, it's not worth the fight. I've got to get home. I've got a podcast to do. So,
but Phil, you know what it is actually.
It's child abuse. It's child abuse.
It's not child abuse, man. You know what it is. This is like I would say Chelsea supporters are giving up the season tickets now, changing. going supporting a winning team instead, to be honest.
I think at the end of the day, the cup's coming home to Manchester. What can I say? That's about as
it's coming home.
As specific as I can be on that. But yeah, I'd love to see I'm buzzing for it. I know that we've had some beatings recently off Man City over the last season or two. But I also know that the last game we beat them 2-1, and we were 1-0 down. So not only did we beat them, but we overcome the lead that they had on us. And I think that makes a difference to the mindset. Mm-hmm. We've shown that we can do it. We believe that we can do it. We haven't got Martinez. I think he's our biggest miss by far. But we have got RollsRoyce Varane.
Yeah, we do.
And we've got a very good squad around us who can do this. As I've said in pretty much every podcast this season, we are going to create the chances. It's whether we take them. If we will, I think we'll get a couple of early chances. I think it'd be toe-to-toe for the first 10 minutes. I don't think it'd be a chess game. I think both teams will try and get an early goal. It's whether or not we take our chances, because the amount of shots or opportunities I've seen created for United this season, and I've thought, sadly, Haaland wouldn't have missed that. And I think that's something we need to be ready for. But, yeah.
So the feeling is buzzing around Manchester. I mean, the tickets, guys. I mean, Kojo, you live in London, right? So you're fortunate, you can stand outside and listen to the crowd roar and have a stream on your iPad or whatever you have. But at the end of the day, I looked at the tickets because I was kind of keen to buy a ticket and go to London and watch the final. But the shock of seeing £800 starting price, I just screw that. You know what I mean? Because, I live in Scandinavia. I live in Sweden. I got to fly over to London, got to find accommodation. No, Jesus Christ, that is a robbery.
Well, I've been trying to get tickets myself. I'm not going to lie. I almost bought a ticket from someone today until I saw the time on the ticket, knowing that the game kicked off at 3 o'clock, and it said 5 o'clock on the ticket. And I was like, this ain't gonna happen, man. You ain't gonna fool me, because I'm gonna scan this. I'm gonna look at this properly. I'm not gonna tell it to one of those guys that go on Twitter and say, "Hey guys, don't trust this person. He's a thief." It ain't gonna be me. I'm gonna get my ticket. I'm gonna go watch the game. But yeah, no, the prices are ridiculous, and I think it's because the prices that were out for the tickets in the first place were ridiculous as they were anyway. So, if someone's bought them for 300 quid, they're gonna try and at least get 500 back. That's just the way of the world. And you got some people that just get tickets just to resell them because they're not really there to watch the game or be a fan, which is frustrating. But look, it doesn't matter where you are, in my opinion. Doesn't matter where you are. That doesn't make you any less of a fan, whether you're or any more of a fan if you're in the stadium. What matters is your passion and supporting the team, and giving them your backing 100%. Because Man United are a worldwide club. Man City are still a local club, if I'm being very, very brutally honest. So, no matter where you are.
Alien
if you want to add me to that network, add me, so I'll pay. That's a decent fee. I'll do that. But yeah,
you got a ticket. You're going to the match. Fantastic.
I
was just about to ask anyone in the VR room actually going to the game tomorrow, because why I wanted to ask, because we're gonna do the warm-up show tomorrow, me and Jarvis. It's gonna be a call-in. So if anyone is going to the match, just call in through the mobile phone. We can share the link and just show us the atmosphere. That's what Nuradin did last weekend. He bicycled in, basically. He lives 3 minutes from Old Trafford. He was on his bike, walked into the hotel, what's it called?
Lobby?
Huh?
In the hotel lobby?
Yeah. And what's it called? Hotel... Anyway, inside Old Trafford, you have this hotel, what's it called?
Hotel football.
Yeah, hotel football. Oh, yeah, and then we had even Webby on. Webby's like, "Hi guys!" Yeah, Webby was on there as well, so it's pretty cool. So guys, if you're anyone that's going to the match tomorrow, please call in, show us the atmosphere. That'd be great experience, right? Sigmund Judge, welcome to the stream, my friend. It's first time I see Sigmund Judge on the call. Well, big up, welcome to the realist family. Haha, I love to. Unfortunately, I sat next to City fan on a 11 flower. I fly to California for the work for 3:15 in the morning. Yeah, what a nightmare sitting next to a inflated City fan, guys. I want to come to Jarvis for asking about. We're talking about the history of FA Cup, right? Let's say in Norway, it's a big Premier League following country, I must say. So same as Sweden. Like when I grew up as a toddler, we had 2 channels. We have channel 1, channel 2, and every Saturday we had like the Premier League and FA Cup. So I grew up with that. So how is it in Norway, by the way?
You guys in Sweden, you were the lucky one. We only had 1 channel.
1 channel.
Yeah. So the guys, the northern people who lived on the border of Sweden, they always had the Swedish channel too. So they could switch in between.
So but that means they had 3 channels all of a sudden.
Yeah, amazing. That was 80s for you. No, we have always watched the English Premier League, or it's not. It was called First Division English football at that time. And the FA Cup. I remember when I was a kid, I started watching football like in 86, 87. United were doing well. I remember the cup final in 90 with 3-3 with Mark Hughes and Brian Robson scoring, and with the thriller against Crystal Palace 3-3. So and we won the rematch, so it ended well. I have always loved the FA Cup. It's a great tradition in Norway, and we also have the same tradition with the Norwegian Cup. It's almost the same. It's one big grand finale with a lot of people, and it's the whole weekend. And both supporters from both teams come to the capital Oslo and celebrate and drink themselves senseless and have a lot of fun. So it's basically the same tradition in Norway.
Well, my first FA Cup memory, I'm born in the 70s, so I'm not going to disclose my age, but I remember my first FA Cup final, and that was actually Manchester United Arsenal 1979, which was the Never Say Die. If you guys remember that one, we lost, towards Arsenal. But anyway, that was my kind of first FA Cup experience, to be honest, to be fair. So people in the house, let us know in the chat, what is your fondest FA Cup memory? Of course, there's been a lot of good champions playing. As alluded, there's about 700 clubs playing for these 2 final spots. So to get to the FA Cup, yeah, that is good. Until Champions League came along, and they kind of died, like, Sunderland winner, Stephanie Griffith. Cool. So, but, I want to go down into the tactical. How do we actually play? Big up, Phil. Good to see you, mate. First memory was FA Cup final 1985. Whiteside winner, Hughes, Robson, immense. Yeah.
Nice.
Good. I agree. Anyone else share some memories?
In Tenno was at the 1977 final. 59 years young.
Oh, you're 59 years young. You can deduct a little bit, a couple of years old. You're older than me. I try to calculate. But anyway, Stephanie Griffith beating Scousers twice, 77 and 96. Yes. True that. We lost 79, the first memory that I have. GB, I just call it GB. Haaland to get the Roy Keane treatment in the first 5 minutes. Yeah, big up. Have him looking over his shoulder for the rest of the match. Yeah. We're going to stop your... Basically, Jarvis... people in Norway is going to watch the Manchester United game City, and they're going to go, "Oh, Haaland, yeah, Haaland."
Yeah, it's true.
They're big Haaland fans, right?
They're big, but in Norway, there's no City fans at all. No, we have some Liverpool fans, some Leeds fans, some
they'll disappear soon,
fans, but I don't know one Manchester City supporter in
I don't know anyone.
No,
I don't know if they even exist.
So I bet all of Norway are following Man United, and you got to remember, we have Solskjaer and a lot of Norwegian culture in Manchester United. back in the 90s. We had 3 Norwegian playing, like Johnsen, Henningberg, and Solskjær. So everybody loves United in Norway. So I bet 99% will follow Man United tomorrow.
I was watching, I was watching Terry Flewis yesterday, right? He had Don Hussein on, right? And a City fan, they were having an argument, right? There was the funniest shit I've ever seen, right? And, Hussam is so calm and composed. He never got him to speak because this guy was just attacking him all the time because he called City fans plastic. And so, what do you mean plastic? What do you mean plastic? We won like, 5 years in a row. What do you mean plastic? But Hussam was saying, but you would never won anything if you didn't get lucky to win the lottery, right? So he had a point. Guys, I want to bring on Mr. Structure to this scene as well, because he just came in, knocking on the door. Shall we let him in, people?
Open the door.
Open the door. Jarvis, open the door. It's ringing. Hang on a second. Let me get this. Who has the controls? Phil, you have the controls.
What have I got the controls of?
What?
Letting Mr. Structure in.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
Good
Mr.
evening.
Structure.
Good evening.
Nuradin, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How are we doing?
Not too shabby. We're having a chill preview. Talking about memories, FA Cup memories. I was sharing mine. My first final by memory was watching on a telly 1979, where we played Liverpool, and we actually lost. I was just a kid, but I was sitting there with my granddad and my dad. My granddad is a Busby Bay fan. It's just generational. So that was my first FA Cup experience, and I was just opening the show with giving a little bit of a history about FA Cup, what it means, because this younger generation, they don't understand what it means. It's pretty much the oldest tournament in the world. The competition, is so prestigious, and tomorrow is going to be millions and millions of viewers tuning in because it's the big stage. Nuradin in the house. The stage is yours. So, Nuradin, what is your first FA Cup final memory?
Well, my first FA Cup final? Yeah, 1990, yeah.
1990?
Yeah. Crystal Palace replay. Yeah. Replay. If you can hear noise, it's Scolds in my cat playing with some fish that makes crazy
I was
noise.
wondering if your neighbor's doing something weird. That noise,
Scolds has got this fish that makes this horrible noise. But it is what it is.
For your information, Scolzy is Nuradin's beautiful cat. Big up, Nuradin. Simon Heron is saying big up to all of you people. Cool.
The FA Cup means a lot. FA Cup means a lot to me. Let me just get this bloody thing off him. Oh,
Scolzy is going nuts the squeaky toy, right? It's a cat. The thing is. Philip, always remember Lee Martin win a 1990 FA Cup final replay. What a night I will never forget. Yeah. Cool. There's so many memories, you keep forgetting, right? So Alien Tenno says, we needed football gods to shine on us. City are a top team, but so was Liverpool in 77. Guys, here's the thing, right? To break it down, how do we beat City from here, right? I keep saying, forget about the form, forget about the points tally. This is cup finals, right? I understand the nervousness. I'm nervous, but still, it's a derby. We're playing not at Etihad. We're not playing at Old Trafford. We're playing at Wembley. It's a derby. Form goes out the window. It is pedal to the metal. You should know pass. That's the thing, right? Nuradin, how are you feeling? How do we actually beat City tomorrow?
Well, we only have one way of beating Man City, which is on the break with Rashford. Bruno, Rashford, Casemiro winning the ball, giving it Bruno, Rashford. That's the way we've been in it. When I look at the way they would beat us, they can beat us in 5-6 different ways, but we can only beat them in one way, really, on the break. Garnacho, second half, last half an hour, last 20 minutes. But Manchester United need to stay in this game. The most important thing is staying in the game. Because one thing you notice about Man City, when they get one goal, they get another straight away. And then they go on that where they take over the game, basically. They're very good at killing the game. Very good at killing the game. And once they smell blood, they will go for you. So the longer stays 0-0, the better it is. The more we stay in the game, the more we hang on in there. And for me, it's about the back six tomorrow. It's about the back six and what they do with Casemiro. It's about them, the resolve, the positioning. Positionally discipline is what's going to lose us the game or what's going to win us the game tomorrow. Because their movement is everybody to see. For me, the biggest thing is that Haaland, is a goal scorer, but Gundogan is the guy for me. He's the guy that makes them tick. He's the guy that gets around places. I think Rashford needs to stay on the shoulder of Stones. Needs to be in and around where Stones is. If Akanji plays or whoever they play on the right, if Walker plays, Rashford in a race, Walker is quick as Rashford.
Walker is quick, yeah.
But the big difference is this: even though he's had a good season, Walker, he's still dopey. He still sleeps. He will give you a chance, and the gap between him and Stones on that side is where that's where the keys to Manchester United getting anything is between Walker and Stones. Whoever plays on that side.
Okay. So you mentioned something. Give the ball.
That's how we beat them. That's how. But we cannot concede. We got to stay in the game as long
stay
as
in the game. I hear you. So you mentioned something. Give the ball to Bruno, right? Oh, big up Eliantenio. Thank you for the contribution. Thank you for the super chat. We'll get lots of chances. We will get chances. We'll take him. We win. I agree with you.
Yes.
Let's all do like Ten Hag. We will get chances. We will take him. We'll win. But give the ball to Bruno, you said, right? Correct?
No, what I'm saying to you is the connection. I look at who's the best passer to Rashford. Who creates the most chances in our team is Bruno. So it's about the back six and about when we win the ball back, do we give the ball away straight away or do we give the ball? Can we hold it? Or can we count 1, 2, 3? Can we have the triggers and then play on that transition? And can we get Rashford free?
Yep. Interesting. I have 10 Standish saying the same thing.
4 games left. That's it. 4 games. Okay? 4 games. That's it. Get out there. Bruno give you the ball. You score. Simple.
Bruno give you the ball. Score. Simple. That's classical. That's 10 Standish, actually. Yeah, so I agree with you, Nuradin. It is about... They're gonna have possession. That's the game. They're gonna kill the game in the midfield. They're just gonna pass it around. So that's why I called this show "You Shall Not Pass." That's the thing, right? So there's a method to the madness. So I will go to Kojo since you haven't been on for a hot minute. Like, how do we beat City? Tell us.
Just to say, I'm gonna have to get off because I'm preparing for my show. But big up to everybody. Please smash the like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Yeah, I'm nervous. I give us 20% tomorrow, and that's not me being negative. That's just me being real. When I look at what we can hit as Anthony Martial is a massive miss. If any of you remember the derby at Old Trafford is what he did with the 2 centre halves. If all you need to do is trace your memory back, the way they dismantled us at the Etihad, where the 2 centre halves were allowed to run 50, 60, 70 yards and play passes to campers in, and what Martial did to both of them at Old Trafford. He literally stopped the passing lanes from the 2 centre-halves. They were just passing it back between each other. Passing it back. And we played man for man. Man for man. And they were just passing along, and Rodri kept going. And we had the positional discipline at Old Trafford was fantastic. We're going to need, to me, Manchester United need to play the best game they've played in a decade to win that game tomorrow. Peace, love,
life, always. You gotta go.
Draw, Glazers out, Bankers out. There's some ridiculous stories breaking tonight about how Jim the Radcliffe now is not going to just keep 1 or 2. He's keeping the rest of the 6. So it is what it is.
Peace, a lot of spin. Brother, before you go, I want to play you something to calm you down. Big up, Nuradin. Never forget, we're Manchester United. Glory, glory, Manchester United. See you tomorrow, brother. Have a good stream.
Let's see if that saves us tomorrow. Peace.
Yes. Peace. Peace on you. Big up, Nuradin. Thank you for calling in. That was Mr. Structure, Nuradin. He's going on his live stream. So people, always a pleasure to have you on, Nuradin. I mentioned something, Kojo, to you. I forgot what was the question. How in your mind, if you are... Let's see, we're going to do some role play. Like, if you're a team member of the squad tomorrow, who do you pick?
Casemiro.
So your name will be Kojo Miro?
Kase Kojo.
Kase Kojo.
Why not?
No, Kojo Miro. Kojo Miro.
Kojo Miro.
How do we beat City, Kojo Miro?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't completely agree with what he said, and there is a big chance that we beat City. I think in the 6-3 we're very complacent with how we try to move the ball, and City just found a way to block us. Whereas in the game at Old Trafford, we found a perfect way to stop them. So I agree with the man-to-man part. The part that I didn't agree with per se was the Martial part. I understand what Martial does bring, and he tends to have great games against Man City. But we won that game when he came off the pitch. We were 1-0 down, and then obviously I thought Rashford scored, and I forgot who scored the equaliser. It might have been it was Bruno with that offside.
Bruno,
yeah. Look, for me, it's not going to be simple, but I think we just do it like this. Casemiro is the most important player for me in this game tomorrow, and it's
Kojo Miro,
and it's because of three things with him. One, reading the game, intercepting passes, tough tackling, making sure there's the disruption of rhythm. When he's doing the man-to-man marking, whether that's with Bernardo if he starts, or Kevin De Bruyne or Gundogan, whoever he's tracking, he will do it well. That will allow. I'm thinking, if I'm being honest, he's going to put Fred next to Casemiro and put Eriksen in 10 and Bruno on the right. I'm thinking he's going to go for that, just so that he has a bit more energy in the midfield to track players and disrupt the player a little bit, and then ask Varane if he is fit to just sort of like every time, what's his name, Haaland goes deep, follow him, just so he hasn't got time to turn around and be comfortable enough to get into his rhythm. But Casemiro is so important because not only with the interception of play and breaking up the play, he plays excellent balls over the top where City can be hurt. I need Rashford and Garnacho to be playing quite narrowly tomorrow. I need them sort of like this when we're attacking, because if you said it about Walker, if you're trying to get into a foot race with Walker, speed for speed, he can catch up. You know what I mean? It's easier to run without the ball than it is to run with the ball in terms of going into your top speed. But I think with Stones or Ake or Kanji or Diaz or Laporte, whoever decides to start in the middle of the defense, if Rashford stays on the shoulder, I think that's what Nuradin said. If he stays on the shoulder, you can beat them for speed and score. But also with Bruno on the right, potentially, or maybe Sancho, whoever it's going to be, with those two players, you got players who, when they're on it, have an excellent weight of pass. And that's going to be very, very key. Sancho is a frustrating player, but when he gets the pass right, it is superb. It's played with the right speed and the right weight on it. And I think that's where we can beat them. Their weakest spot is going to be that left-back position. Yeah. We need to kill them there. If we can kill them there...
We have Garnacho there.
Well, if Garnacho plays on the right and he wants to go through,
we will see. We will go to the lineup, Kojo.
Oh yeah, there you go. But yeah, I think Casemiro is the key man there. I mean, he's one of my favorite players ever. But more so, he can do so many things with the ball that I don't think people really appreciated at Real Madrid, because he was with Kroos and Modric. So at United, you're seeing it more. And I think if he's on game, everyone else will be on game.
Big up Kojo Miro. I hope you do well tomorrow, Kojo Miro. Role playing.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I go to Phil Jones. No, I mean. He's retired. Phil, who do you pick as a player tomorrow?
Yeah, I think Kojo's spot on. I think the main player that everyone's going to be relying on, and even Ten Hag said it in recent presses, has got to be Casemiro. The difference that he's made. I can't remember. I think it was Rashford said it about the difference that he made to De Gea's clean sheets as well, to him getting the Golden Glove. I think it was Rashford said it. The whole team recognise the difference that Casemiro makes, and as much I don't want to think about it, you cast your mind back to that moment where he got his second yellow card against Crystal Palace, and you knew Arsenal was coming up next, and you just saw the camera pan to Ten Hag, and it was the first time he showed his colours that time, and he just kind of was shaking his head as if to say, "Oh no,
how much
can't believe it." I can't. Yeah, and that's it, and I think he is absolutely key to us winning tomorrow. He's got to have a very good performance. He's got to be clean with his tackles. He's got to time them well, because we know how easy he can get a yellow card. And if he gets a early yellow card, that will change his game and put it all in their favour. And I think they'll be pushing for an early yellow card. I think they'll start Grealish, because he draws in yellow cards off the other teams. He draws in the tackles, and he will. And Grealish always has something against us. He always plays well against us.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that will be a big risk tomorrow for us. How we handle it, whether we go with Wan-Bissaka or Dalot, I think Wan-Bissaka would handle Grealish better. Whether he wants, I don't think that Ten Hag will be too concerned about the height in the box. So for putting Dalot in instead of him, because we have other ways of combating that. And Varane said in recent interviews as well about the fact that he's learning to play his game completely differently, about his positioning being better, as opposed to getting there quickly and recovering from mistakes. He's playing better with his mind and getting in better positions and stuff like that. So I think tomorrow, main person for me is going to be Casemiro. Obviously, we need a goal scorer as well, but in terms of controlling the game and getting the ball forward, and maybe even Casemiro might even get the goal as he's done 3 in the last 5 games.
You do a Camporero bicycle kick, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. So I mean, there's lots and lots of comments that are in the chat. If you want me to go through some of them, I've put 40 comments aside just to quickly whip through. If anybody wants to,
I want Ten Jarvis to also comment before we go.
For it.
Ten Jarvis, you didn't pick a player, man. We said Kojo Miro. Who are you tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I'm Luke Shaw.
Elenteno. Big up for this super chat again. All I want to hear is Glazes out tomorrow. GGMU, glory, man. Yeah, remember, it's apparently reported that Joel and Avram Glaze is going to be in the crowd. Yeah. I think people, has probably packed the rotten tomatoes. He better not show up. But maybe it's just the final farewell to give over the keys to the old lady. Yeah, sorry. I just had to read out the super chat from Tenno. So big up for you, Tenno. Thank you for your donation, sir. What are you saying, Ten Jarvis?
Give me 2 minutes then. I will explain. Tomorrow I will be Luke Shaw.
Okay. Luca Schuberto.
Yeah, because everybody talks about Kevin De Bruyne and Gundogan and Bernardo, but the truth is, since round 33. None of them have had any assists or goals in the Premier League.
Oh, interesting fact.
And because Haaland is the man to stop. So in the beginning of the season, we had one way to stop City. That was stop Kevin De Bruyne so Haaland didn't get the ball, because Haaland was pouring in goals in the beginning. But after a while in the season, City was starting to win anyways, because they had more strings to play on. They had Bernardo, they had Gundogan. But the one player who has been going under the radar in the last 6-7 rounds is Mahrez. And
Mahrez, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Mahrez
providing a lot of assists to Haaland. So he's one of their best informed players, I believe. So for me, tomorrow it will be Luke Shaw to stop Mahrez. Because I think Casemiro will be up for the role to stop Kevin De Bruyne,
or Fred,
or Fred. So they will have to play around on the sides. So if we stop Grealish, of course, but especially Mahrez. And I was thinking of another thing early in the season. City was struggling away when they played away. They lost against Liverpool, they lost against us, they lost against Spurs, Brentford, they draw against Nottingham Forest. So when they play away, the opposition
not so good.
The opposition is better pressing high. They don't get the press too low, so City can play their game. So tomorrow it's very important that we have the courage to stand high, press high, win the ball, hold the ball, and not let them press us down to our own 16-yard line.
Very good point. I mean, if you looked at how they beat Real Madrid, it was 1-1. They're not so good at playing away, but as soon as they play at Etihad, they're good. But that's what I was saying in the early of the show. Like, it's a derby, phone goes out the window, points tally don't matter. We're playing at Wembley, and actually, Wembley's kind of a second fortress because we won the Carabao Cup final. We played there a lot this season as well, so it's going to be fun. My personal opinion is exactly, I'm echoing what you're saying. We're going to kill them with pace, right? There's one thing that Guardiola is scared of, and is our blistering counter-attacking pace. There's Marcus Rashford, there's Garnacho going direct. The defense is a little bit shady, according to my opinion. The midfield is always their midfield. We're talking about Gundogan, we're talking about Kevin De Bruyne, or the tiki-taka pass. But there's one player that I agree with you, is Mahrez. Actually, when he played for Leicester, I actually loved this player. I wanted him to come to Manchester United. You know, I don't like City, but there's one player that I do like and admire. It's Mahrez. Really, really good. Like, you know, fantastic. So I think that I agree with what everyone will say. We just have to play our game. We have to stay in the game. Just bear in mind that they are like a Barcelona team. They like to sort of keep possession. We just have to sort of break the lines early. And that's why I believe a Fred is so important. You know, Casemiro will be important. Bruno will be important. It's so important that everyone is switched on tomorrow. And after Ten Hag's speech and after a week off, I think they are ready for this game, right? You know, I think we're ready. I think we are ready. VR room, let us know, because sorry for neglecting you. We had such an interesting debate. There's a lot of things to uncover and pack, but we are interested to hear what you have to say. Any interesting comments? Are you still? Mr. Gill, how are you? Play Bruno, Fred, Casemiro, Eriksen. Only 2 forwards. Rashford, Sancho, Shaw, Victor, Varane, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and Harry Maguire on top. That's just joking. Yeah. Google this.
So this was Google this. Very well said about all winning in the end. We totally outplayed ourselves. This was to do with when we were talking about cup memories and things like that.
We're going back in time.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
Jarvis's time machine.
Can you read this one for us?
Milos Mitic, of course I can. Najna University z Manchester su da je Manchester završio kupovanje cima Napolje za 60 milijuna euro za Sky Sport.
Is that about Kim Min-jae, is it?
Yes, done deal. According to Milos Mitic from Serbia, saying that's the latest news that Manchester United has made an agreement for Kim Min-jae for 60 million euro. That was a early signing that Ten Hag wanted, and since he has a release clause that's opening up this month, they went on quickly to say we will offer you 60 million and we'll take him now. So that is telling you that Manchester United this season in the transfer market is moving with stealth, and it's going to be something that you haven't seen before, because it's well reported, that documented, that Ten Hag wants all his players, at least 80% of them capacity for the preseason tour to America. Milos Mitic also saying, da li očekate sutra posle utakmice finala kupa da Manchester zvanično pred... Yeah, he's saying here in Serbian, Google Translate that I am, do you expect after the game tomorrow that, you know, you will have some announcement who will be the owner of the club? Hard to say, Milos. I don't think so. Maybe the day after or so. But
I think regardless of what happens, you know, if we win, the club will just want it to be about the celebrations. I think if we lose, I think the news will come soon after. I'm not saying same day. I think it'll be. I think it's not far away. Whatever's coming, something that's being held back, you just feel it at the moment.
Yeah. But gentlemen and people in the house here, have you noticed this week the media has been non-stop reporting about the sales spin here, sales spin. Hasn't been anything until today. They're panicking. They didn't know anything what they're saying, and it's like, keep them all. Where is this coming from? Like, you know, generating stories. It is the perfect calm before the storm. Like, according to my opinion, it's already done. It's all about announcing when. You know what I mean? Saif, welcome to the stream. Only 7 clubs in history have done the treble. It make me sick seeing City being that elite category. Yeah. Yeah, I know. You know what?
We've got the chance to stop it. And the thing is, you know, the best thing that could happen is that we win tomorrow and then Inter Milan win next week and City just walk away with Premier League. That'd be like, oh, that didn't quite go to plan, did it? That'd be wonderful. That would be amazing. And we've got the chance to be the first to stop that. You know, we're not just playing for Ten Hag. As Ayush says, we are playing for our own little treble.
But also mental health. What he's saying here, mental health. It plays. A lot of people are so anxious, you know. Some pulses are already pacing, you know. And when I had this the presser, a lot of people were like, you know, there and just being panicking. And at the end of the day, calm down. You know, if you want to have therapy, come to our channel. we provide you some positive therapy.
There's positive therapy.
Yeah, that's what we do here. If we beat City, hold on a 2-week celebration party. Yeah, but the thing is, right? Win, lose, Shaw, or whatever it is. Just proud. Look back at the season. Don't flip flop on the manager if we lose tomorrow, right? Yeah. Just look at where we were last season, right? Back in May, people were down tooling, packing the bags already. Didn't play for Ragnick, whatever. Ten Hag came in this time of the year. Exactly this time. And worked his magic. So what he's done over this season is just scintillating, right? To finish third, wow. To get a silverware, wow. And now we have one more game to play. And if we get another silverware, that's a perfect season according to me. But just be proud that we actually achieved the finals, Yeah. Of course we want to win. I want to win. But if we lose, it's not the end of the day for me, because we go again next season. New recruits, new signing, new blood, new owners. That's what matters, people, at the end of the day. Big up, Darren Scott.
I think somebody said earlier on in the chat about the fact that if we lose, they're not bothered as long as we go out fighting.
That's it.
I echo it. I echo part of that. I will be bothered if we lose. I'll be gutted. I'll be like a bear with a sore head. I won't want to speak to anybody. I want to just sit in a corner and just mope for the rest of the afternoon. But a few days later, I'll be like, yeah, when we think of what we've done this season, how far we've come, where we were last season, everyone would say, only 2 or 3 years ago, there was so many pundits waxing lyrical and excited about the fact that United aren't coming back for 10, 15 years now. And suddenly they're back for 10, 15 months later. And it's like, oh, this is Man United. They're not Liverpool. They're a different animal. And that's exactly what we are. We're back. And we have put the fear into them. The fact that we've already won one final and we're in another, and we're finishing the top 3. When you think of how our season started off, has been absolute phenomenal season, and I would take that with us. We've come on leaps and bounds. We've come on so far. I'm going to try and whip through these comments as quick as I can. I'm not going to read them all.
We're not going to be able to read everyone's comments.
No, not at all. Several people were talking about the different shirts that they were going to be wearing. Somebody, Sharp, Umbro.
Darren Scott, big up, man.
My favourite cup is the FA Cup from GB, and then you've got hopefully we'll play like, was it gone? Hopefully play like Liverpool in 77 and now sitting in 23. They'll have half an eye on the UCL final and fear injuries. And then somebody else said a little bit later about the fact of that's probably not going to happen because Ten Hag, Pep's already took his foot off the gas and started rotating a few players and things like that. Ayusha said play on the counter with 4 centre mids. Wembely's our home. We all know that.
Exactly, echoing what
guys, do you think Ten Hag's playing mind games with the Anthony update? I don't think he is.
I think he is.
I think he's injured. I think he might make the bench. I don't think it's mind games.
Which Anthony, though? Martial? Or is it...
Well, there's rumours of Martinez tonight, but I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing it. He's not been in training enough, and the best he might make is a bench position. But that will be taking out somebody else who could be fully fit.
We send out Spy Kojo to London there to check, who's in the hotel check-in, right? Kojo, go there.
So, then we've got, Steph saying about sorry to disappoint. Pep has already started rotating. It has to be Casa, Fred, and Bruno tomorrow. Ericsson will be a weak link. I think that's a shame. Ericsson plays that wonderful through ball, but at the end of the day,
Ericsson in the second half,
we have to be defensive as well. We conceded early. The Etihad got destroyed. Dallo got booked. That was detrimental, absolutely. Any early bookings tomorrow, and it's game over. Right. Here, nice positive feedback here from Jala.
4-0.
4-0 United over City. It's happening in Boghurst with a hat-trick. Fantastic.
Good often.
De Gea, 4-5-1. Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Lindelof, Shaw, Casemiro, Ericsson, Fernandes, Fred.
Big up to you, Box.
Or McTominay. Lots of people going with Fred or McTominay, which, you go back a few games and you wouldn't have seen that, but we obviously put in that respect towards the team that Man City have. Feel we need to score in the first half to prove a chance, and Casemiro needs to be the best on the pitch. Dream we play like in the Champions League semi. We played Arsenal away. We beat them Ronaldo on Park. Steph was asking who the referee is tomorrow. It's Paul Tierney. We need to channel Jose channel dirty negativity play, beating City, having 10% possession.
Yeah.
Hopefully we have a lot more than 10% possession. I don't think my nerves could take that.
Who said what's the ref tomorrow?
Paul Tierney.
Paul Tierney. I think Paul Tierney will let the play go. I don't think he will pull up the red cards or the yellows in the first instance. He will let it go.
I think so.
Milos Mitic, pitanje se if you remember when Manchester, a question, when did Manchester last time won the FA Cup?
Jesse Lingard,
moonwalk.
Van Gaal.
Oh, there you go.
Put Fred on De Bruyne. He can't handle being shadowed. Simon Hebron said Tierney's a Wigan fan. Gnat, must start in my opinion. Defensively, must not start. Sorry, defensively he's weak and will be exposed. And we know the difference he can make when he comes on and legs are a bit tired at the back, whoever that might be. Sancho, Ganacho, Anthony, if they start, will be passengers. I don't agree on. I don't think they'll all start, and I don't think there'll be passengers at either. I think that they'll certainly play their difference. Ganacho for the first 30 minutes, he cannot start. Sorry, just trying to go through these as quick as I can.
That's cool. I'm just concerned of time. I know Kojo's got to go with daddy time in about 10 minutes. And I just want to do a 1 hour stream today because we did a 2 hours and 30 minutes on Monday, didn't we? A marathon. It didn't feel like it, but big up to all of you. Bruno will be the key going forward. Absolutely, John Johnson. I think so too.
While you're talking, I'll just keep clicking through these, and we could, and we don't need to discuss every one of them, sort of thing. So anything you want,
but we are so happy for all your contribution. You're so active. Big up to Realist community, the Warriors. That makes us be better and better. Elienteno, John Johnson City push up has a block. We have to push up block, but guys, I think we have to go and look at the lineup prediction. Right, we're gonna have to look at Jarvis Cocky 11. And discuss it, because basically today Cocky picked the 11 based after listening to Ten Hag's press conference. So, are you ready for this? Let's go. So, welcome to the Cocky 11. Can you see me? So, Jarvis, today I received your Cocky 11. I had to do a little bit of graphical enhancements to it. I have to put your face into it as well, like a beautiful animated face. But please take it away. You put a 4-2-3-1 and talk us over your selection and why. Traditional logic and reasoning, and we will all engage.
Well, Mick, I put this team together. It's what I believe maybe Ten Hag could go for. I would probably play, if it was just me who was picking the team, I would go for like a asymmetrical 4-4-2 kind of system, but the only thing I'm unsure of is Garnacho and Sancho. How will he do that? Because we have several options. We can put Bruno on the right, we can play Sancho on the left, we can even play Weghorst in the 9 and Rashford on the in the 9.
No. The horse is bolted.
I'm just mentioning the options.
See, Coach has got no Weghorst. The horse is bolted.
I can't do it again. No more.
No more horsey.
No more.
Continue.
So we have one option. That's Bruno on the right and put Eriksen in the 10. And then we flood the midfield, and then we play the asymmetrical 4-4-2 in a way.
Eriksen in the 10. But then you're missing the pressing.
Yeah. So at the moment, this is the team I believe maybe Ten Hag can go for. What do you think, Kojo?
Yeah, that does sound like it does look like a lineup he'd go for.
No, Kojo, you want the Weghorst. I saw you.
Oh yeah. I think he's gonna score a hat-trick on tomorrow, boy.
Yeah, he's got a head one as well.
Oh well. Imagine that a 6'5" guy that can't head the ball. But anyway,
Crouch, Peter Crouch.
The only person that I think maybe he'd put in there is Eriksen, and the reason I know a lot of people don't like Eriksen again in this type of game, but when you're talking about City's weaknesses, which is very few, one of them is set pieces. Defending them, they have got some guys that are good in the air, but for some reason they do struggle with set pieces. And Eriksen has a wonderful delivery, especially from deep. He knows how to whip them in and get people like Casemiro and Varane on the ball off with their heads. So he's the only one that maybe put in as number 10. I do think Fred is going to start. I really do think so.
Yeah, me
with
too.
Casemiro. But other than that, I think this lineup makes sense. Martial would have started if he was fit, but Martial's never fit. So as far as we're concerned, that's just.
I'm still. This is FA Cup. I don't know. This report's coming out. He's injured. We don't know. Is he there on the bus?
I promise you, he ain't playing. That guy.
Yeah, but the bus arrived. They all had tinted window. You didn't see anything, right? It was just who is there, right? Who is there?
That's fair.
The same when you come to Saudi Arabia and you wear this burqa, like, covered up, like, who peekaboo, who's there? You don't see, right? Jokes aside, Simon Heron, hopefully Anthony will make the bench. Hopefully. Because Ten Hag was also playing a game today. He said, I don't know, maybe he will. Anthony Dos Santos, though, will start. I'm going to you, Standish.
Yeah, I think looking at the lineup, I can't disagree with much. I think, obviously based on, my own thoughts and the comments within the chat as well, Garnacho tracking back. I think what we've seen with Garnacho and Sancho throughout the season, that Ten Hag's played one and then subbed one for the other. Starting them both together, I think what we need is someone who can make a change from the bench. But we needed. I can't remember which game it was. Not so long ago, we were desperate for a goal. Pellistri was on the bench, and he brought Fred and McTominay on, or something like that. And it's just like, if he's not going to bring Pellistri on when we really need a goal, when is he going to bring him on? We saw him come on against Real Betis, and he made a difference, and we got the fourth goal, and that put us through absolutely. But you just think, what is missing? Is he waiting for a good pre-season with him to spend some real time with him, or what? I don't know. I think Sancho has been playing better on the right. We've seen that already. His goal and assist contribution has gone up since Anthony's been injured. Whether that's coincidence with the teams we've been playing, or he is just more comfortable on the right, I don't know. So that is why I think Sancho on the right is a good shout.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll see Bruno on the left. So I think when you look at the balance of the squad and who is available, you could see this, but I think it could also be, as we've said already, Sancho on the left, Bruno on the right, and Eriksen in the middle. I think Fred will start. I think the rest of it is pretty much as is. Varane, Lindelof, Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, Fred. I think he can do it, but I think he's got a mistake in him when he plays. And I think, can we afford a mistake? No. Who's got the least mistakes in them, Fred or McTominay? McTominay on his last performance was awful. But before that, when you think of what McTominay can do, get stuck in and goes in 100% on every tackle, I think that McTominay's probably in with a shout as well, possibly ahead of Fred, based on the fact that Fred does have a mistake in him just at the back. Fred is great for coming on when the team's tired, and he battles and breaks them down and goes into every tackle. But McTominay as a starter is less of a risk. That's my
doesn't
thoughts.
offer anything. I mean, I'm struggling to understand, right? Help me, because I'm struggling to find out, what is Scott McTominay in this team. He has no positional awareness. He's not a CDM. Scott McTominay is, to me, a perfect player that you can sort of cut in the ball. He will shoot it from the 6-yard box, all going forward. When he drives forward with the ball, that's Scott McTominay. I don't know. But for him to give a start, I don't know. I don't know.
Mick, it depends on Ten Hag's game plan. If we're going up and press City high, McTominay is the perfect player. He can play in the 10 and start a pressing line. He was brilliant in the beginning of the season doing this job, dirty work. Pressing, he run constantly, and he's not the easy guy to pass. Yeah. Because he have long legs, and he goes in tough and hard. So it depends on the game plan, actually.
Yeah, I agree with this lineup that you did, Cocky. I absolutely love it. This is the lineup that I had in mind as well, to be honest. I don't see. I mean, we're running out of options, so I don't see Fernandes playing on the right. But at the end of the day, guys, I'm happy with this lineup. I think Garnacho, we've seen signs that he started to introduce, instead started to give him more minutes, and he's a weapon. So barring that we need to go, like, control the game, the first half is very important. Just take it to them, like, kill them the first half, get the first goal in, and we're flying, I think. Our back four sorts itself out. Wan-Bissaka, you shall not pass. Luke Shaw is so good. Lindelof, my God, one of the, player of the season as well. Lindelof has become so good, like, stepping in for Martinez. Of course, we miss Martinez, the butcher, but Fred, Casemiro, I think that's something that will work, because we need Fred to be that tag on De Bruyne. He's done this job so well, Wherever you guys who's traveled, like wherever you go into Asia Pacific or anywhere, you walk into a store, and as soon as you walk in, you have a sales clerk attached and following you, right? Just watching if you're not going to steal anything. She will follow you all the way to the till, and you keep watching. Can I help you? What are you following me for? They're just following you. So that's Fred, right? And Fred, according to me, you never know what you're going to get with Fred. Sometimes he will have a stinker, but when he's switched on, he's confident, he will have a good game. Just remember Fred in the last game when he came in with the through balls. He had 2 assists. So Fred is in form at the moment. Yeah. So good choice, guys. Good choice. Guys, in the comments, let us know what you think. Are you happy with this lineup? I'm happy. If you're happy, we move on.
Can Ander Herrera play for us tomorrow?
Ander Herrera? Yes, please. Can you jump in as well?
Do his marksman job.
Hey, Mick, before we move on, I just want to discuss one more thing about the lineup tomorrow.
Yes.
Ten Hag, last time we played against City, Ten Hag used Luke Shaw as a centre-back against Haaland. And Luke Shaw was brilliant against Haaland. Luke Shaw, he has a low center of gravity, and he got pace. So he knows how to, like, take out Haaland. Have you seen the video of Martinez when he did that with Ajax against Haaland? So Haaland struggles against player with a low center of gravity that have space and is strong in their body. So maybe Ten Hag will go for Luke Shaw as a centre back just to neutralize Haaland. But then we are back with Malacia on left back. But he played Malacia last time on the left back against City, and Malacia did actually really well that game. So maybe we're up for a surprise tomorrow.
Maybe we are. Big up Stephanie Griffith. Start 11. David De Gea in goal. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Lindelof, Shaw, Casemiro, Eriksson, Fred, Bruno, Rashi, Sancho. That is almost the same what we had. But Eriksson, the thing is, the midfield, I hear what people are saying about Eriksson. So according to my opinion, if we start Eriksson, Bruno and Casemiro, we're going to get run over in that midfield, right? Because we know that, Eriksson doesn't track back. He's a little bit slow on his runners. We need a Fred in there. We need a dog, basically. We need a dog. Scott McTominay is a red card waiting to happen. Yeah, 100% I agree with you, Steph. I agree. McTominay won't start. No chance. I also agree with you, Simon. GB saying Garnacho will become a star tomorrow. He will play for the number 7 shirt. Possibly. If he scores tomorrow, yeah. We're going to talk about the score prediction and who's going to score. Best FA Cup memory, Ryan Giggs versus Arsenal, 1999.
Yes.
Woo-hoo. That's a good one. The hairy chest, we will never forget. Nowadays people shave the chests, right? Jarvis, do you shave your chest?
I don't need to.
People were wondering today, and I was reading all the positive comments in the video comments and say, is Jarvis his real name, Jarvis Cocker? Because they think you're the singer. But, you're a mystery. People want to know your real name, right? So I said, he's actually Morten Hackett, the singer from Aha, if you remember the band Aha. So, guys, if you didn't know, Jarvis used to be a singer in Aha. Take on me. Take on me. Milos Mitos, McTominay don't have quality for United. He makes a lot of mistakes. He's slow in reactions. Yeah, he's very bad on breaking up the play. Fred is the quality over him. Yeah, so basically saying Fred is better player. We need Fred as a destroyer. Varane and Shaw were immense against City. 100%. 5. Yala, you always go with 5 in the back. What's going on with you, man? Get off that PTSD bike. 5-2-3. Get out of here. McTominay is needed to keep the score noted. I'm afraid City will turn out. McTominay scored against City. I remember that the last-minute goal, like, you know, when he hit that lob. So McTominay is somebody to come off the bench. Fred plus Casemiro will get run over their own. They got mauled by 7-0 by Liverpool. Yeah, but we're not here to talk about Liverpool, Mox. Get out of that. Get out of it. International man of mystery, Jarvis. We got to disclose. What is Jarvis? Yeah, you know what? We will make a competition. Guess Jarvis' first name. Yeah, we'll have that summer competition. You know, you can give away clues, right?
Can give away clues.
There can be a yeah. Guys, big up to you. Let's go to the score prediction. What do you reckon? Should we just do this? We are running out of time, so yeah, let's go. Guys, this is the time of the show where we all gonna predict the score. It is very hard. It is FA Cup. Some people are nervous. Some people are gonna say it's penalties. I'm gonna go straight to the kill. Kojo, give us your score prediction, sir.
2-1 Man United.
Big up to you. 2-1 Manchester United. Phil, what's your reasoning behind 2-1 Manchester United?
I think the game is gonna play out similarly to how it played at Old Trafford. Man City will try and do what they do. We got to find a way to break them down, and I think we will eventually break them down. I think the only difference is that we will take the lead, they will equalize, and then we'll win it later on.
Yeah,
that's the only difference.
1-0. Simon saying 1-0. Okay. Okay.
I don't think that City won't score. Absolutely not. I think that's just not going to happen. I think it'd be great if it was a big score like 4-3 or something like that, which is an absolute fantastic end-to-end game. As long as we won it. But I just think that we've got it in us to get the win. And I think being underdogs is actually going to help us because when it's all expected that we can go ahead and win it, then it sometimes plays on our mind. But I think the fact that we are underdogs expected to lose, a win is on the cards. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to United.
2-1. So we're leaning towards 2-1. Big up to you, Stephanie. John Johnson say 3-1. He says 3-1 City. Nah, come on. Hart saying 2-1 United. So, John, I pretend I didn't read that first one. Just go 2-1 United. Box is saying 1-0 Manchester United. Big up to you. Michael Cook saying 1-3 City. I hate to say it, but we're going to go for the treble where we lose. Nah, come on. Positivity, Army. 1-0 United. Rashford. Say Jay. Big up to you, Jay, as well. 1-0. Potential penalty. I don't know. I don't want to have a penalty shootout. No way. I don't want to be like the... cup should not be decided on a penalty. Jarvis? Beavis? Butthead?
Yeah, I agree with Jay. I think it will be 1-0. We have to keep a tight defense. We have to be clinical, take our chances. Then we can win this.
Yep. I love Box is saying he loves some defensive masterclass backs to the wall 1-0 win. I will do my traditional thing. I will go, how many times will this dog spin tomorrow? Let us know how many times this dog will spin regarding the scoring. That is our new thing as well. Actually, this is kind of hanging on every match prediction we do. At the end of the day, guys, we can sit here to the blue. We all been doing Ten Hag's predicted 11, and how many times did we get it right? 3, maybe. Score prediction. I've been good at score predictions.
Yeah, you've been good.
Lord Honcho saying, De Gea, Malacia, Ivan, John Johnson. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Big up to Lord Honchon. It's the first time you see, so I got to read out your chat as well, just to welcome you to the community as well. De Gea, Malacia, Aaron Van Bissaka, Shaw, Varane, Bruno, Fred, Casemiro, Rashford, Bruno, Sancho. Vote to play the number 10 role. Interesting, Lord. We will see tomorrow, man. But, no, Kojo's going on. No way, Gorst. The poor dog must be really dizzy now by now. Yeah, 100%. I thought about it long and hard, to be honest. I go with the 2-1 Manchester United. I told what everyone is saying. I thought about it long and hard. I wanted to go 3-1 Manchester United. The dog spins like Anthony. Dos Santos. You know what the trick he does, 100%. But I will go with 3-1 Manchester United, and that's my say. You know, that's most of us are saying 2-1. But there's one thing that I have in mind, and I want to play this. You know what? I want to play this. Sit back and enjoy.
I'm sorry, Pep. Manchester City, you should not pass the Red Devils. Come join MUFC Realist TV, where the action begins. But the cup is ours. The Red Devils.
100% people, tomorrow we're actually doing the warm-up show, me and Jarvis. It's going to be a call-in. Everyone is welcome to call in. I think unusually we're going to go a little bit earlier, keep it a little bit going longer, have a little bit of warm-up party, stretching, you know, a little bit of gas up, build up, and then we leave to watch the game, and then we see each other after the post-match. Guys, as I say, you shall not pass. It's the Excalibur, right? The cup is ours. Rawr. You know, if you get the point, like, you know, when I say you should not pass, you can also look at the movies, like, you know, you should not pass. But when it comes to football, should not pass, because City are excellent passers and we have to stop the passes. It's been fantastic to have you all on board. We have gone 10 minutes over the time. Appreciate you, Kojo. It's daddy time for you right now. You said 1 hour. Kojo, when can people find you? You had a brilliant podcast today. I was watching a little bit of it as well.
Oh, appreciate that. Thank you. That wasn't the Man United one for anyone listening. That was a Chelsea one.
Oh, no, it's Chelsea one. I know.
Yeah, but you know what? It was a very painful Chelsea one for the Chelsea fans. So if you want to listen and watch that, Kojo free midfield, but the free midfield is the most important part there. Oh, yeah, I've got the right finger. There you go. Free midfield is the most important one. YouTube, I'm going to release it on the audios as well, so you find it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and wherever else listen to video stuff. But YouTube, Twitter, free midfields. Mick, always a pleasure, man.
Always looking forward to have you on more often as well. Always a pleasure to have you on, man.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yourself, mate.
Big up to you, man. Good night for yourself, sir.
Good night.
Phil?
Good evening, mate. Yeah. So
final words.
Yeah.
Final words to calm people down.
Final words. I'm just really, I'm so relaxed about it. And you know, when the game comes on, when the pre-match bump starts off, I'll be very excited, looking forward to it. You know, I think the fact that we are underdogs helps me to be relaxed about it. I think I'm more nervous when we're expected to win. You know, someone said at the top of the show about the fact that as long as we go out fighting, and that's exactly how I will feel. If we lose and we go out fighting, it'll be a lot easier to take. If we lose and we don't even put up a fight at all, that'll be the hard for us. I can't say that under Ten Hag. Ten Hag, he's changed the team around. He's made us believe that we are Man United and we are on our way back. We are one or two players away from challenging for the Premier League, and the team we're challenging again for the Premier League is the team we're playing tomorrow. So tomorrow is a chance to stick down a marker and make them realise we are on our way back, and they will and put the fear into them. Just as much as they're playing for the treble, we're playing to stop them for the treble. So come on, United, let's do this. Come on.
We're not worth it, Phil. We're not worth it. That was a tremendous speech from you. Jarvis, can you beat Phil's speech? No.
No, I don't think so. You know, Phil is very inspirational. So
come on, you can do it. You can do it.
What I can say is tomorrow we will do a pre-match warm-up show. We are on like around 1 p.m. UK. Is that right? Yeah. And
keep your alarm clock. Keep your bells going. Alarm clock.
We will warm up. It will be a great day tomorrow. We are in the FA Cup final. I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
Put me on the big screen again, Mick.
Yeah.
And I will wear my tie. I will suit up my Glazers out tie tomorrow. And it will be a great day. So I hope everybody will come and warm up with us. We will do call-ins and we will talk about the game and have fun and be really excited and pumped up before the match.
I'm going to dress up in my best. I'm gonna pretend that I'm going there. I'm part of the squad. I'm gonna put my suit on, my tie on, and everything. And yeah, I'm just gonna. Yes, beautiful one. Looking forward to see you, Dapper, tomorrow, mate. Stephanie Griffin, top troops. To put in the shift tomorrow. We'll be okay. We'll be all right. We'll be mustard tomorrow. Phil, join us tomorrow as well if you have time.
I would love to join tomorrow. I can't commit. I'll see what happens with the day, but absolutely would love to join tomorrow.
Yeah. Me and Jarvis will be...
I've just noticed how fat my face looks with this cable on it.
Yeah, I know. You look...
I better change it.
You look dapper as usual, Phil. But listen, tomorrow I haven't created the stream. I will do that tonight. But definitely, what Jarvis was saying. Did you say 1 o'clock UK time, or yeah?
Around 1 o'clock.
Yeah. All right. So I will post out the link. You will come to the channel. You will be calling, community calling as well. It's just about building up, stretch together, calm the nerves down and just build it up. And then we go after we do the post match as well. So guys, big up for all of you. Big up for Tenno. Big up for everyone that's been here, so donating super chat. Big up John Johnson, Stephanie, the moderators. Guys, we are on a road to 15Ks. We are almost there. I don't know, smash. How many likes do we have at the moment? Just keep smashing it. We don't take dividends. We are proud for you supporting the channel. If you want to become a member, you can scan the code up there or just press the join. We have different levels of memberships. We're just extremely proud, that you're part of our journey. Keeping it real and bringing positivity back to football. That's what we do on this channel. This has been Mick Ruby. I'm absolutely pumped, and you're my therapy today. My co-host, scintillating. We had Nuradin that came in. We had Kojo again. I love Kojo. We had Phil Standish and Jarvis Cocker, or the Aha singer. Just please, we will start a competition. Guess Jarvis's real name. I know it, but I'm not going to tell you. All legends. All legends. Every story has a hero. Every legend has shaped the past. What is Jarvis's real name? We will know. Guys, big up to all of you. I will give back the evening. Big up for all of you. Sleep well and don't let the bed bugs bite you, right? Big up for all of you. Guys, good night.
Thank you for all your comments, all your chat, and for joining and sticking with us. Thank you so many for signing in.
Cheers,
Have a good sleep, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.